mimi ni mkimbizi kutoka Kongo. Nilifika hapa 2017. Wakati nilifika hapa, maisha yalikuwa mabaya zaidi. Ikabidi nifanye aje, kwa sababu Kongo nilikuwa kama mtangazaji wa habari. Kuna story fulani ambayo ilinikutana huko, ikabidi nikimbilie huko. Na hiyo machungu ya kukimbia nchi yangu, wakati nilifika hapa sikujitambua tena na sikuweza kufanya kitu chochote. Nikipita kwa barabara nilikuwa naona kama nimezarauliwa na watu, siwezi kuongea tena mbele ya watu wanisikie.
When I came in Turkana back in 2017, I realized there were so many women who had traditional skills and they hadn't seen the opportunity to monetize. And since most of them, they've not gone to school, I saw it as my responsibility to empower them and showcase what they are making, the crafts that they make through documentaries, as well as also training them.
Connect Kenya wanatusaidia kutupatia maarifa, wanatupeleka training, wanatutrain kufanya biashara na wanatusaidia kupata link ya kupata pesa kwa makampuni mali ya usaidizi popote. Alafu wanatutafutia soko ya kuziuza hizi production yenye tunaitengeneza.
They are doing a lot of skills support and a lot of training, and I like their approach with the aspect of just picking anyone to be able to be trained, not segregating that you have to have this qualification and all this, just like us Kenyans, where when you need a job you have to have this degree and all that. No, for them they train with all types of skills and they pick both host community and refugee to support in this kind of activities. And this one also reduce the aspect of dependency, because currently there is issues with funding and people are not able to sustain themselves, and currently also we have the issue of differentiation assistance, which is not having everyone being accumulated in that provision of food items. So it's one way of them to be empowered at the same time so that they can be self-resilient and they can also be independent even during this shaky period.
5 years ago, it was the big organization who had the mandate of empowering local communities. But when the funding stopped flowing, grassroots people had to step up and come up with solutions for their own communities. And that is when we started our work back in 2021. And currently, for us, our goal is to walk through the creatives that we work with, the bead makers, walk through with them through the journey of empowerment, because ourselves, just like I shared with you, Connect, we are all a group of creatives and we know the struggles that we have faced individually and together as a collective. So what we are doing, we are clearing the way for the creatives to be able to tap into seeing bead making as a livelihood, seeing these traditional crafts and traditional skills as something that can feed them, as well as also something they can use also to empower other people through mentorship, apprenticeship, as well as also them becoming employers.
As one of the pillars of the Shirika plan, it talks about the self-reliance for refugees and also their coexistence with the host communities. And as Connect Kenya, together with their creative work that they are doing to help the refugees, they have also incorporated the host community women, and as of the Shirika plan's pillar of coexistence between the host and the refugee communities, it's one of the initiatives that we see it's growing very well, and we appreciate their work at the camp and both at the host community level.
Kwa kweli maisha ya kambi dunia mzima haikuwaki mzuri. Hakuna mtu anakuwa mkambi akwambie mimi njoo niko paradiso. Kambi zote kila mtu akikuwa kwa kambi ni shida, lakini UNHCR na WFP iko na jitahidi namna yake. Hata itajitahidi haitoshi. Tangu nifike hapa kambi bamba chakula ilikuwa ni kidogo tu. Ndio tulikuwa tunapewa kufatana na uwezo wao na wao wanajitahidi. Ile kidogo tulikuwa tunapewa haikuwa inatosha. Japokuwa tunapata maji bure, hospitali ni bure, shule ni bure, lakini utakutana hiyo pesa ni kidogo sana kwa matumizi ya nyumbani. Sasa na njoo kwa maana njoo sababu sisi tuko hapa. Na njoo sababu moja wepo wakade women handicraft kuwepo. Kitu ambaye tunasaidia wamama kisi ni kuambia ni kuziendelesha kimaisha. Kuziendelesha kimaisha vipi? Mama wakati kuko oda, mama anashona hiyo shanga yake, anapata kwa mfano 10,000 ama 5,000. Akipata hiyo 5,000 yake, anatoa 10% yake 500 ana save kwa cooperative. Akisha save kwa cooperative, nyumbani anaenda na 4,500. Ile 4,500 kama yeye ni kategori kama ni 2 kama ni 3, aje pataka hizo pesa kwa bamba chakula, anaenda anaongezea pale kwa bamba chakula, ananunua nguo, ananunua kitabu, ananunua sijui ni juu masomo ni bure, lakini hapa atakupea kitabu, hapa atakupa kalamu, hapa atakupa uniform. Na hiyo bamba chakula ni chakula, pesa ya kukula, sio pesa ya kujinunulia kitu kingine. Sasa wakati huyo mama anafanya hapa kwetu, akipokea hizo pesa zake baada ya kuacha saving yake, hiyo 4,500 inaenda kufunika, inaenda kukava hiyo. Ananunua kiatu kama iko na wasichana, ananunua mambo mengine, always mafuta nini inamsaidia.
So we normally identify different groups and individuals who are doing beadwork, people who are doing basketry, and we take them through trainings. We train them on digital marketing so that they get to learn how they can use platforms to showcase their work and also to connect with the wider market outside Turkana County. Apart from that, also we normally sponsor them to go to market events as a way to sell their craft.
Tukitengeneza quality products na iConnect huwa wanatuchukua baadhi yetu, wanatusupport kwa transportation, kama tutaitwa Nairobi watupeleke tukue access kwa ile soko kubwa, na tukienda kwa hiyo soko kubwa ile vivaa yenye haihusiki hapa tunapata soko huko, inatuendelesha.
Not everyone needs to go and sit in class. Sometimes it's skills. I teach you something that you can do and you can earn out of it. So it's something that is changing lives. You look at the women that they have been able to support all these years, including empowering them with different activities. They have grown. Look at the people who are working with them. There are people who are trained and now they are employed by them. They are doing their own shootings, they are doing their own videos, they are creating their own videos at the same time, working to ensure that they have the Kakuma content to be seen worldwide by different platforms. At the same time, through that empowerment process, so many donors have been able to come in and see them, including now one donor who supported them in having a shop right inside the UNHCR compound where they are selling different refugees items there to different people who are coming there just to purchase. So they are marketing Kakuma worldwide.
I would say I've seen a lot of progress in terms of how host community and refugee communities work together. The social cohesion continues to improve. There was a time refugees and host community could not sit in one room together without fighting. But what is happening right now is that through trainings, we've been able to bring different groups to work together. And once we introduce them, we see what it feels to bring people together who are doing the same thing, people who have the same passion, people who have gone through the same experiences, hardship, people who are resilient, and that communally brings them together and they start to bond. And when they bond, interestingly, they start to teach each other, they start to exchange their skills, they start to buy from each other, they start to even, have connections and relationships. We've seen people who've met through trainings and, they've been able to become a couple. So at the end of the day, I would say these platforms have brought people together, and that's why we call it a nexus.
Imenisaidia kujaza pengo ndani ya nyumba kwa sababu ndio kazi yangu kwa mahitaji yangu yote, na ngawaje mimi ni mjane, sina msaidizi mwingine, na hii ubunifu yenye naijua hii saizi imeniinua juu, kwa sababu hata hii kuuza maji sikuwa nauza awali, lakini kwa yale napata kwa hii ubunifu ya ushanga nimedevelop mpaka hata nikanunua fridge yangu nikaweka vibaridi, kwa sababu wateja mali ninaishi hapa Kalbeye ni mali ya jua na kiu. Sasa watu wanataka vitu baridi wakiulizia kwa barabara, ambaye hii shanga ndio imenisaidia kupata mahitaji kama hiyo.
Because when the women are empowered, the society is empowered, and then more women feel now they can do it because they've seen women who are successful. So I look at this like my mandate to be a person who inspires change. A believer that change starts with oneself, and when you start the change, then you are able to influence other people to change. And I have seen the transformation that I have also experienced as a woman who is growing into the creative industry, and the impact I've seen the women that we've mentored like Sarah and Regina, who continue also now to become the torch bearers in the communities of collective they serve.